Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Dominion Gaming TV. My name is Wolf and I am bringing to you some more Starcraft 2 action. Let's introduce our two players. This is actually going to be another Karnage game, but this guy isn't from Karnage. His name is Barcode, WNC. I'll talk about that a little bit later. And his opponent, he's probably the only, he's the only active Zerg for Karnage. You've seen a lot of his games. He's actually the only one who's sending me a lot of games, so that is cool for him. He's getting the publicity he needs. His name is Pad. Alrighty then. So, some people wonder, why do you bother having a barcode name? Well, a lot of professional players or higher up players prefer to have a barcode name simply because they want privacy. They don't want people to know who it is. So if you want a private account and for no one to know who you are, well then make your thing a barcode. Otherwise, just make it your own name. This is used for people like higher up players, just on ladder, if they want to try out a new build, so people don't know who they actually are. That's kind of cool. Now, let's see how this game actually goes. ZVZ is probably my least casted game on this channel, maybe because I'm not good at it, or I just don't know much about it, or I just don't give them enough. Either way, ZVZ is something that we will be seeing here. Apparently this is an interesting game, so we'll see what happens here. Looks like it's going to be going pool first to the hatch first of his opponent. If he builds like a macro hatch now or something and then just goes all out Ling, he could possibly win here, but I doubt that is going to be the case. Hatch are going to be going down here for Pad, getting out that pool a little bit earlier just to be a little bit safe. Now this is actually a little bit weird. The second he got his hatch down, his opponent got his pool out, so they'll basically end up being effective at the same time for each other. Gas is going down at the same time. Now the common, actually meta, just the meta at the moment for ZVZ is to go the muter style. Muters are just really good, and whoever has the biggest muter ball wins. That's essentially what it is these days, and you can't really say anything of it. I find that quite boring, but it's good. We'll see what actually happens here. I have heard of some other styles actually being played, just going like a Swarm Host, and I know that isn't that great, but you go Swarm Host Spore Crawler, and then you just mass Spore. Yes, it's not that cost efficient, but over time you'll end up just being able to control the map, and yeah, there's just these really weird things that shouldn't work that apparently do. We'll actually see how this meta stabilizes anyway. So the Queen is going to be putting on a bit of hurt to this Overlord. Not going to be able to kill it though, because it is a little bit too slow off creep. Actually, then again, it is slightly faster than the Overlord, so we'll be able to get it really low. This Overlord this Queen will end up finishing very soon. So really, all it is just like a few more hits and then it's dead. Spine Crawler going down at the front here. I wonder if this Queen this Overlord will be able to get away. From the looks of it, it will be. The Queen won't actually spawn in time, so yeah, gets away nice and safe. Baneling Nest for Pad. He's going to be looking to go for that Ling Bane early mid game, which is actually what his opponent is looking to do as well. Jesus Christ, I had to sneeze. I apologize for that. That is kind of crazy. Both of these players, have a look at their units lost tab. Neither of them have actually lost that much. Needs to be careful with this Overlord though. Needs to get it far enough away from this base so that it will survive. Now the Lings will be dancing around. There's 4 Lings for Pat, so he will be able to win the fight if there is actually one that occurs. They just actually run right past each other. They decide, hey, I don't want to fight you. Now Speed does actually finish up a little bit before his opponent. Now actually that's kind of cool. The Queen now has 2 different animations for her attack. If it's up close, she uses her old animation, and then if they're further away, she uses her new animation that you saw towards the end of Wings. So that's kind of cool. Now, one thing I've noticed that both of these players do have the custom skin for the Overlord, so that's kind of epic because like custom skins OP. It does look kind of sweet though, you have to admit. It makes them look so much cooler. Now, let's see actually what happens from here. Double evolution chamber, so from the looks of it, Pat is looking to just to stay on the ground. If you wanted to go up to Lair right now and go straight into Mute Attack, that's generally what you need to do. But it seems he's going something different, so that's kind of cool. 18 Lings actually coming in here for the WNC. That's actually something I wanted to actually say. Why the hell would you make a barcode name and then just be a part of a clan, and then that already basically tells you who you're a part of? So they could just start guessing by the race you are. But anyway, this push is going to be coming out across the map. This actually could do a lot of damage if the Banelings are not set up properly for Pad. Pad does actually hold position, but it is not going to be enough. All these Lings are going to be coming in here, and now this Baneling should be able to get a good hit. It will kill off half of the Lings, but more Lings going to be coming in here, going into the drone line. Drone's going to be attack moving into the Lings. The Lings will end up dying a miserable death, and the Lings of Pad will end up being able to clean this up. Now, not a whole lot happened there. Spy Tech is on the way. +1/+1 is also on the way for the ground tech, and as predicted, that Spy Tech, it's just what you need to go right now. The Spire is just the thing, and we'll see what happens from here. More Banelings being morphed here, more than likely just for defensive measures if Pad decided to go for an attack. Infestation Pit is on the way for Pad, so this will mean he's either going Infestors or Swarm Hosts, either way, or he could just tech straight to Hive, which I highly doubt, but it is all a possibility. Now let's actually see what comes of it. A bunch of Lings being made here for Pad, as well as the double Evo chamber, just for those defensive purposes. If we have a look at the units tab, Pad is slightly ahead in that drone count on 52. Probably looking to be expanding sometime soon, but will not be able to with 10 Mutas on the way. What does actually Pad have to be able to defend this? Well, he's getting Infestors with the Pathogen gland upgrade, but he has no anti-air. This is actually going to be kind of crazy when this Mutas pop. There's going to be a moment here where he will not be able to defend. I'm actually I'm just worried for him. What is actually going to happen here? Ling's going to be dancing in front of Pad's base. Pad will chase them down and give them a miserable death. Third base is going down now for Pad. It couldn't be at a worse time. Mutas are going to be moving out across the map now. They have been spotted. So I wonder what Pad will do in response to this. He's going to be going to still be going for that Infest attack. It seems to be his game of choice, and wow, hiccups are annoying. Now Infestors going to be coming out here. Infestors were actually how you played ZVZ back in the day, and you had to fungal the Mutas, but it's just not going to be able to because fungals and Mutas just doesn't work now that it's a projectile, and the projectile is so slow. But a bunch of Spore Crawlers here into the third will be able to kill or do a bit of damage and repel off this attack from his opponent. Now the third was actually cancelled over here for the Barcode player. He will actually end up retreating though with these Lings to try and soak up some of the glaive Wyrms. But he's actually probably going to kill one or two of these. He needs to be very careful though. If he kills the Evo Chambers, he'll lose the upgrades, so he needs to be very careful of that. Now, one thing of these Mutas, he will be able to move around the map and kill off these stray Overlords and force Pad to make more. Now let's actually. Now, it seems that he's just going to go Infestors with Fungal, so that's going to be his game, that is for sure. Now, a whole bunch of Mutas actually just coming out here. He actually has 3 Evo Chambers, I guess, just to defend across here for any sort of run-bys. Now, Overseer will end up dying now. Spreading out the Spore Crawlers to be able to do maximum amounts of damage. Muta's going to be going out across the map. Probably going to be going in to do a bit of damage. Now it seems that some of the Barcode Terran Protoss Zergs, wow, Overlords were killed. Mutas will be able to snipe off this drone if it does continue to go, which is exactly what it does. Just needs to build more and more Spore Crawlers. It seems to be this that playstyle that I was talking about a little bit before, except with Festers. could actually work if he forces his opponent just to go over Muta, and he could get him clumped up really well. Just needs to be very careful. Third base has now actually been taken for Pad. Let's actually see what happens here. Now, he was attacking one of his Evo chambers, but realizes he can move his Spine Crawler. The Infestors with Fungal can do a lot of damage, but he needs to be very careful and needs to be able to cast them really quickly. Otherwise, it's just going to be too little too late. Third base now going to be taken here for our Barcode Terran. Protoss Zerg, fuck, can't say it properly. Now the Muta's going to be going over towards the main here. This could actually be very scary. What does he have in the main? Well, he has one, maybe 2, 3 spores. The Infestors need to fungal. Needs to be very careful. He's going to lose off one Infestor. Maybe another. He needs to just keep on chain fungling. And yes, that's exactly what he's going to be doing. He needs to be very careful because of these two Mutas going to be doing a lot of damage. He just another chain fungal. And these Mutas will end up dying. A lot of his Mutas just end up dying. That is crazy. 21 units just lost here now. 4 Pad, but now the Zergling's going to be doing a lot of damage. He needs to be very careful. The main force of the Mutas for his opponent is now dead. He only has 7 in total, which isn't enough. These Infestors are actually a good call here. He just needs to be careful to keep them alive. That is for sure. Now the Overseer will end up seeing that the third base is here, but there is no drones there. Will Pad end up getting more drones there? That is probably going to be his choice. Now there is a good fungal actually on top of all the Mutas. He needs to keep chain fungling, which is he does, but he misses 2 of them. He's going to have to kill off a lot of these Mutas though. He's going to be making more and more of these. No, so many Baileys killing off all of Pad's Infestors and Zerglings. Just so many dead. It is crazy. But a lot of Mutas did die in the process. More Lings being made here. More Infestors being made. He's be very careful. He's going to lose a lot of these drones right here. He's going to be trying to go into Spore Crawlers, but it's just going to be too little too late. The Mutas will end up focusing them down and causing them not to be able to be made. Now this Infestor needs to be very careful. A Fungal does go down and kill off a lot of them. Another Fungal goes down. More Infested Terran going to be coming out here. It just needs to be so careful with these Infestors, or else it'll call GG here. Now the third base will end up getting denied again from the looks of it for Pad and the Barcode Zerg here for WNC. He will just focus fire down and force it to be cancelled once again, but Pad's third will end up being killed here. Just look at that Muta count right now. He has a total of 9 to the 6 Infestors of his opponent. He will be able to fungal all day, that is for sure. Pad is on next to no gas. Now Hive Tech is coming on the way for WNC. See what happens here. Hive is actually complete here. Ultralisk Cavern is now complete. No, actually on the way. Almost completed. My bad. 10 seconds till it is completed though. Centrifugal Hooks is on the way for these Banelings. Ling, Baneling, and Fester. It's kind of crazy. We're just going to be killing off a whole bunch of gas extractors. And I'm surprised that Pad hasn't actually tried to take a third up to the north here. He just isn't getting enough Spore Crawlers around. I do believe he just needs to get more of them. 3-3 is on the way for Pad. Scouts the third base is here. He's sending over all of his Lings. He needs to be careful though, if they're on a move, they're just going to die. They aren't. Sends in 1 Ling. Sees there's so many Banelings there. He's just going to be sending in Ling after Ling to die to the Banelings, but he just won't be able to. Now the Infestors, they're going to be coming over here. They will be able to fungal on the Banelings. All the Banelings are clumped together. It's just so much damage. They're going to die. All of the Banelings just died here for WNC, and even though there is still a few alive, it just won't be enough. Now the Muta's going to be coming over here. The Fungals should be enough, though he needs to be careful though. Muta's going to snipe down the Banelings, which is exactly what's going to happen. Banelings won't be able to do anything, but the third base is sniped again. The Infestors decide to back up here. 32 Lings on the way. +2/+2 is now actually, it's only just started here, plus Adrenal Glands for Pad. Deciding to go Infestors now. We're going into that late sort of play. I wonder if he's going to be getting the greatest fire sometime soon after that +2 attack. Third base denied once again. Spore crawlers are actually being made down here in abundance, so this is a good thing for him. He needs to be very careful. He needs to cancel the hatchery, which is exactly he does not do, but he will chain fungal these mutas all day, and they'll die a miserable, miserable death. So many fungals, though, he needs to keep on spreading them out, or else he's just going to be wasting so much energy, but they will end up dying. Third base going down here for WNC Barcode. Bunch of spores are around here. Total of how many spores? Structures, is that T? Yes, it is. Total of 16 spores, which is actually very helpful for him. Currently, his opponent is mining a whole lot more because he's still mining in the main. A little bit, not a whole lot though. Third base almost complete here. Lings and Infestors should be sitting here, going to be able to defend quite easily. Needs to be very careful though, he could lose an Infestor, full energy, which he doesn't though. Lings will chase them off. And the mutas, no, these Lings will actually end up going towards the natural here. Try and go for a run by, which is exactly what's going to happen here. The drones need to be so careful, he's going to go straight into the main, going to snipe a Queen here. Could possibly get the Infestation pit if he's not careful, but the Lings will end up coming in here and be able to save him. The Queen will end up going down, but so will these Lings. The Lings will die a miserable, miserable death. 4 Ultras coming out now for Pad. Pad looking to go for that Ling infested Ultra play, which I did not suspect. Then again, mutas don't do the damage they need to do, especially since he doesn't have them in critical mass. If you have a look at the unit tab, he only has 1 muta, so deciding to opt out of that, go for a different tech altogether. Actually see what tech he's actually going to be going for. At the moment, I cannot tell his units. He only has Lings and Banelings with that 1 muta. Now 4 Ultras are already out. Let's see how many more he has on the way. He's going to be going out towards the third base of his opponent. He's got his Ultralists here. He's going to be able to do so much damage. Now the Infest is going to be coming up for behind the 6 Ultras going to be going in first. Going to be able to tank a lot of damage. This is the first time he's seen the Ultras. He's going to be very careful. Now the Fungals, mass Fungals on the Lings, and he'll be able to kill him so quickly. All of the Lings for the Barcode. Zerg does end up dying. GG is called, and the Barcode Terran leaves the game. Pad wins this ZVZ and beats the Mutaflock. That is kind of crazy. Generally, you see the Mutas dominating the play here, but the Infestor play into the Ultra ending was enough to beat his opponent. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. My name has been Wolf. I'll see you guys next time.